atmosphere inside the Old Bailey was tense. Ronnie and Reggie Kray stood together in the dock as the courtroom waited for the jury to return. After months of evidence and witness testimony, the moment had finally arrived. The public gallery was packed. Police officers, journalists, family members, and curious spectators all waited in complete silence. Everyone wanted to hear the verdict. For years, the Kray twins had ruled parts of London's East End through fear and violence. They had become famous nightclub owners and well-known faces in British society. But behind the glamour, prosecutors said they were leading a violent criminal gang. The trial had attracted huge public attention across Britain. Many people wondered whether the twins would finally be convicted. For years, witnesses had been too frightened to speak. Some feared for their own lives if they gave evidence against the Krays. Detectives worked tirelessly to gather enough evidence. They also had to convince frightened witnesses that they would be protected. Finally, the jury entered the courtroom. The room fell completely silent. Every eye was fixed on the foreman as the verdicts were about to be announced. The tension was almost unbearable. Ronnie Kray was found guilty of murdering George Cornell. He was also found guilty of the murder of Jack, the Hat McVitie. Reggie Kray was found guilty of murdering Jack McVitie. He was also convicted in connection with the murder of George Cornell. Their brother, Charlie Kray, along with several associates, was also convicted of related offences. As the verdicts were read, Ronnie showed almost no emotion. He stood quietly in the dock and listened carefully. Reggie also remained calm. Neither brother reacted dramatically. The courtroom had expected an emotional scene. Instead, both men appeared to accept the verdicts in silence. For the victims' families, however, the verdicts brought relief. After years of fear and uncertainty, justice had finally been delivered. The following day, the twins returned to court for sentencing. Once again, the courtroom was filled with reporters and spectators. Everyone wanted to know how long the Kray twins would spend behind bars. The judge described the murders as extremely serious crimes. He sentenced both Ronnie and Reggie Kray to life imprisonment. He also recommended that each should serve at least 30 years before being considered for release. At the time, this was one of the toughest sentencing recommendations ever made. The convictions marked the end of the Krays' criminal empire. Their influence over London's East End was finally broken. Ronnie Kray remained in custody for the rest of his life. Because of his mental illness, he spent many years in a secure psychiatric hospital. He died in 1995 after suffering a heart attack. Reggie Kray also remained in prison for many years. In 2000, he was released on compassionate grounds because he was terminally ill with cancer. He died only a few weeks after his release. Today, the image of Ronnie and Reggie Kray standing together in the dock remains one of the most famous scenes in British criminal history.